Tori Wilson, and you are listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back, and we're joined by Dawn Marie. We want to welcome you to In Your Head.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Getting a little nervous about the big event on Sunday, and but at the same time being really excited. And everything's going well. Everything's going just as planned.
Yeah, I'll let everybody know it's the Wrestle Rescue, which is this Saturday. And we have all the information right on our website, or you can also check out WrestleRescue.org. And there'll be a link right on our site, so you can go right there. And it's going to be in Piscataway, New Jersey, at the Radisson Hotel. And during the day, there's a convention and autograph signing, and then at night is like a semi-formal dinner. Do you want to explain a little more about it?
Sure. During the day, we have a convention from 11 to 4. And what that is just like every other convention there is out there. You come, you purchase a ticket at the door. If you purchase those tickets in advance, it's $15, which you could purchase on PayPal through WrestlersRescue.org, which is wrestlers plural, like many of us need help. Easiest way to remember, WrestlersRescue.org, and you can purchase the general admission ticket there. Mm-hmm. If you choose onto that, again, it's $20 at the door per person. Or there's a second way of contributing, and that's something called the super ticket, or we also like to call them the e-super ticket, because we're like in the age of computer and all this crazy virtual stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So what a super ticket contains is 38 8x10s of different celebrities that are there at the event. Mm-hmm. It comes in this beautiful folder, Wrestlers Rescue. The logo on the front was actually donated by Rey Mysterio's team that makes all of his merchandise. So you know the logo is super cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I mean, people that see it and they don't know that the Mysterio team actually donated it, they're like, wow, that's a great logo. And they go, did you do it? I'm like, no. No. But, yeah, no, I think it's way cooler to think that Ray's team did it, than they, But, and besides, I'm really a horrible liar, believe it or not. My husband's a police officer, and he just catches me every time I turn around and I try to lie. So I just decided I'm just going to take the heat at the moment and just tell the truth and, deal with whatever comes with it, because I'm going to get myself in double the trouble after I get caught. Mm-hmm. So the second way of contributing is through a super ticket. You get 38 8x10s in this beautiful folder. On the front is the logo. On the back it says "In Memory of," and it has everyone that has passed away since like 1924. Mm-hmm. That's been in our industry, so it's like really cool. Yeah. And inside there's like a newsletter, sort of like a cover letter that tells you what we're about and our mission statement and where we're looking to go in the next year. And for $250, you get all of that. You get a T-shirt of the event in your size. And then you also get a pre-hour VIP signing with the celebrities with Continental Breakfast.
Excellent.
So it's from like 10 to 11, you get a VIP signing time with Continental Breakfast with the stars. And all for $250 only. It comes out to like $6 a picture. It's ridiculous what it comes out to.
And it's for a good cause, too.
Yeah, and it supports a great cause. A lot of people have even suggested this. What a great Christmas present that would be for someone. Mm-hmm. Someone that's a huge wrestling fan but just can't make the event. If you send us your name with it for the e-super ticket, what we're doing is we'll actually have the whole entire package personalized to the person you want it personalized to with a T-shirt, but the e-super ticket is the package with the T-shirt, and it will be mailed out to you within 2 weeks of the event.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
So how cool is that? That's a great Christmas present.
Yeah.
There's only 200 being made. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And it's this weekend, so if you want to go, or if you can't make it, but you still would like to get all the autographs, go to the WrestlersRescue.org and check it out.
Yeah, it's for a great cause.
How did this all come about? Like, was it part of your idea, or did they come to you to be part of it?
It's been our community's idea for many years, in a sense. Like, and what I mean by their idea, many of us sit around a locker room and complain about all these things we don't have. Health care, pension, 401ks, any type of financial advising. We don't have any of that. And basically what happened was when I went out and started doing some fundraising for my sister-in-law, because she felt ill with a very rare disease called RSD, and she will be at the event for those of you who want to meet her, because we've been talking a lot about her, and she will be there. I started doing some fundraising for raising $50,000 for her cure, and through that I learned how to do fundraising. And then while I was out doing fundraising, I just saw this incredible need of this health care. People living as cripples because of a career choice they made, and all they need is maybe a knee replacement or, some arthritic pills or whatever. And they're going broke or they're living like they're like handicapped. And it just broke my heart. So my final straw that broke the camel's back was when I saw Sheik in his 70s being wheeled to the bathroom at a convention. And I just looked at him, I go, Sheiki, where are you going? And he goes, Donna Marie. Donna Marie, Sheiki, go to the bathroom. You still don't know my name after 12 years of knowing him.
Right.
And I said, and this kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, oh, my God, here's this bigger-than-life person, this big, strong hero of a person that I grew up watching, because I'll be 38 in 2 months. So when I was watching, he was, our John Cena as of today. Yeah. And I just saw him that he couldn't even have the dignity of going to the bathroom by himself because he needs a knee replacement. It breaks my heart. And there are many people like this. I was just, on the phone with some other people, and there's stories like this after stories like this after stories like this. And finally, I just said, enough. Something has to be done. Either I could sit back and complain about it, or I can stand up and use all these gifts that God gave me and do something really positive. And I did. I put together Rescue. I took all those, because I love this business with all my heart. But the fact is, there's a lot of bad things about the industry that people don't know about. And so what I did is I created Wrestlers Rescue, took all those bad things for those who were involved in the industry, and try to make them better. Put programs together to make them better.
Now, you weren't a full-time wrestler, but you yourself, do you have any injuries from being in the ring?
I'll tell you, I'm in pain every day. I can't even begin to tell you. Sometimes I hold my son too long, and I get shooting pains up the side of my neck. It's like I can't even enjoy simple pleasures in life. Sometimes, holding your baby. There were a lot of times, even when he was an infant, I'd have to sit down for a while and hold him because I would get these shooting pains in the back of my neck, or my thumb would go numb, and it's because of some damages I have in my neck. It's just from long-term abuse. And a lot of people don't realize that I didn't learn how to physically wrestle until I was older. I started in this industry late. I had my first indie wrestling gig when I was 25 years old, which most people already had a career by 25. And I was just breaking into the indies. So when I actually had to learn how to wrestle 7 years later, I was in my 30s. So it was really hard on my body to be doing all these crazy things to it. And, and I do feel the long-term damages. Have I had surgery? Have I had broken bones? Have I had anything like that? No, and I'm so lucky. And I couldn't even, I know what I feel like in the morning. I couldn't imagine or want to imagine or be in any of those guys' shoes that I know have wrestled their entire career. I only wrestled during my WWE days, which was about 3.5 years. I couldn't imagine, and I wouldn't want to, what these men and women feel like.
When we had RVD on, he said that he actually thought it was a myth that when people say, the longer they're out, the better they feel, because he said that his injuries actually feel worse the longer he's out of the ring. What would you say for yourself? Taking time out of the ring, did they heal up, or do the pains get worse?
I think it's both. It's a different pain now. like the pain that's associated with the constant wear and tear, or the swelling and the bruising and the constant banging of it, like my muscles being locked and vertebrae being locked and those types of pains are gone. But I have different pains now. Like, you know, if I go to bend over and I come back up, if I'm down too long, like it's like I can't say, it's a different pain in your joints. A lot of joint problems. And I could just imagine what Rob feels like with all that he's done. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, he does some crazy high impact moves. Like my neck, they wanted to do surgery on it last year, and I told them no. The headaches had subsided because I used to get mad headaches when I was on the road because of the constant whiplash and from actually physically working. So, and actually, Dean Malenko used to work on my neck a lot because he's just dealt with people with these injuries for so many years that he was able to it would almost feel like when he would do something in my neck, like pressure points and move the tendons or ligaments that were bothering me. I don't know what he did in there, but it would almost feel like a hot rush would come from like the top of my head and just like drain down the back of my neck. It was like the weirdest feeling, but then the headache would go away. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I don't have those pains anymore, but my neck hurts differently now.
Mm-hmm. When you got into wrestling, did you ever want to wrestle in the ring, or was your goals to be like a manager or a valet?
Yeah, I never wanted to be a wrestler. I've never been fond of being a physical wrestler. I don't think that was ever my strong point. I wouldn't say that's what I was noted for. I mean, like Molly Holly, she's noted for being a great women technician. Yeah. I don't think, 20 years from now, people are going to say, oh, man, Dawn was a great wrestler. I would probably bet, at least I have in 20 years from now, that's not what they're going to know me for, I did it because I had to. If there was any way I could have gotten out of it, I would have. It was just not something that was in my heart that I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And but it was definitely part of the business, and it's what I had to do at that moment to continue my career.
We got some callers here on the line. We got Joel from Portugal.
Indeed.
Oh, awesome.
Good evening. How are you doing, Dawn?
I am doing wonderful. I wish I were in Portugal with you, though.
I'm sure he does too.
My sentiments exactly, yeah. I do speak a fluent English, as you can see, so we could get along very well, yeah. My first question is, I've done some research about your career, and unfortunately I wasn't a fan for a long time because we didn't have wrestling for like 10 years ago, but on ECW, back in the original and what I called real ECW, you managed a great man called Steve Corino, and I want to know, how was that experience? Did you enjoy working with Steve?
I love working with Steve. Steve and I go many, many, many years back, pre-ECW. Steve Corino, when I broke into the industry in '95, Steve was already around maybe 3-4 years. And he was great friends with my ex-fiance, which is Simon Diamond, or Pat Kenny, whichever you want to know him by. And Simon Diamond, okay. So I got to know Steve very well because he was good friends with him coming up through the Indies. And Steve came through the Indies in the Northeast, which is where I came up through. So our history goes very, way back. So we kind of all grew up together. And to be at that level at that time was really cool because, we were together at a time when we first broke in and we were like, yeah, man, that was our dream. And then to be at that dream and be able to experience it with a friend was so awesome. And I'm really happy that I was able to experience that with Steve. I remember when his son was born, he got married. I mean, I know him and his family very intimately for many years.
A great man, yes. My second question is, you worked for a long time in the original ECW. Then, as the ECW, the original and real ECW, folded, you went to the WWE, and it was a quick transition that you did. My question is, did you, when you joined the WWE at the beginning, did you have any problems adapting to the WWE? Did you have as much fun on the WWE as I suppose you had on the original ECW as well?
No, I get asked that question almost every time I do an interview. And the easiest way, and it's funny because I have a very comical answer, but it's very true. Mm-hmm. My life and my experiences at ECW, as in comparison to my life and my experience at WWE and how they compare, is like heaven and hell. And what I mean by that is not that one is heaven and one is hell. I don't mean it like that. What I'm just trying to show is how opposite the experiences were. You know, or I could use the words of oil and vinegar, you know, or I mean oil and water. The oil and water, like they're so different. I'd like to say my time at ECW was a learning ground, a growing ground, learning about myself, pushing my boundaries and what I can do. There's a lot of learning and listening. Excuse me. When I went to WWE, it was like more of a ground of, okay, you were given all these great tools. Here's your tool belt. Go out and show them what the hell you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a very different experience where a lot of ECW was education and experience, a lot of education. My days at WWE were more of like showcasing and challenging all those tools I was given.
When you first were in ECW, did some of the crazier fan chants ever bother you, or did you just
Oh no, nah, they're great. You know what? If they weren't chanting at me, I wasn't doing my job. You know?
That's true. Yeah.
Stephanie paid me an awesome compliment once, and she said, "Dawn, there's not many people, or there aren't many women in this industry that can actually walk through the curtain and be cheered. And by the time they get to the end of the runway and in the ring, they're booed." She goes, it's a very hard thing for a woman to do that's attractive.
Right.
She's like, and, she was awesome at it. I mean, Stephanie is like the best at it. Mm-hmm. Here's a beautiful woman, but, she's cheered, and then the second she gets in that ring and opens her mouth or does one action, it's like, boo, you're this, you're that. And she actually took a lot of hands-on with me and really helped develop that skill that she saw.
Mm-hmm. Did Sonny ever have a problem or anything with the Tammy Lynn bitch name?
No. No, I mean, because you know what? And I love Tammy. Tammy and I are great friends for many years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, but basically what happened was Tammy Lynn bitch was created not to get me over. It was to get her over.
Right. Those
storylines, like I was being used as to showcase all of what she is. So, like by me, pointing out all her negative things by making fun of them, it got her over more, like as sympathy, like more of a face. Like when I made fun of all these things that I thought were like, to me, as my character is Dawn Marie bitch or Tammy Lynn bitch. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. It was like my jealousy made fun of these things that everyone was so awesome about her, right?
Right.
So when I did that, it gave her, like, it showcased her because everything I did was showcasing all her idiosyncrasies. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm trying to say?
Definitely. Of course, yeah.
So it was there to showcase her. So, no, I couldn't imagine why that would upset her because now not only does she have herself to get herself over, which she was great at, but now she has someone else there showcasing. So it was a plus for her. Mm-hmm. And myself. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have that opportunity of that program.
Yeah. How did you enjoy work with Paul Heyman?
Oh, my goodness. I love Paul. I love the ground that man walks on. And I mean it for all the different reasons, and anyone's going to interpret that. To this day, Paul is my friend. And I don't use the word friend very lightly. I have many acquaintances in this industry, many. There are very few friends. And Paul is my life friend, meaning he will be my friend for the rest of my life. I could never imagine him not being there. Mm-hmm. He is someone I go to for advice. He is the person I go to when I want the truth, good, bad, or indifferent. He's my mentor in so many ways. And he's kind of like that big brother, father figure that I kind of never had. And he's someone that understands who I am inside, like where my heart is. And sometimes we need that person that understands you to tell you, you know what, you're wrong. And these are all the reasons why you're wrong. Mm-hmm. But if you want to do what you're trying to do, I'm going to teach you how to go about and doing it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, he's awesome. And, you know, and that's just on a personal level, I'm telling you how I admired Paul. Mm-hmm. On a professional level, Paul taught me so much. He gave me a platform to showcase what I can do or what he believed I could do. He helped teach me things that can never be learned in this industry by watching a tape. He taught me how to use my brain and to trust my instincts, to believe in myself enough and my abilities that I'm going to be right in my decisions in the ring, to trust my instincts. And for that, I will forever be grateful. And Wrestlers Rescue wouldn't be here today if I didn't have a good, solid background of the knowledge of the industry, how to look at things through different eyes, and how to love and have compassion for this wonderful industry.
As someone who was ECW till the end and, you know, friends with Paul Heyman, what do you think, like, personally, of the new ECW?
You know, I don't watch it. and it's not for any other reason other than, and I do plan on starting to watch it because I need to become a student of the industry again. And I have pulled away from it for a little while, and I'm going to explain why. After my untimely release of the WWE, I went through a lot of things. And I went through, who am I? What do I do with the rest of my life? Oh, my God, I've been a wrestler for 11 years. What do I put down on a resume? I'm a mom. This body that I depended on to make a living is now no longer there. I'm someone's wife. Where's my next paycheck coming from? You know, so I went through a lot of things. I went through a really deep depression, and in a sense, I went to therapy for 1.5 years to cope and deal and learn how to exist in this new world that I was in. And I'm not ashamed of it. It's something that happened to me, and I'm proud of the fact that I'm able to sit here and talk to others that may hear what I'm talking about today and need help too and go for it, rather than trying to self-medicate or feel they can't exist or live through this change in their life, such as like a Mike Awesome, and that's no longer here. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the bottom line is we are professional wrestlers and we love this sport and we're a part of a wonderful industry. But we're mothers and fathers and someone's sisters and someone's brother and someone's cousin and aunt. And you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. It's like we're human beings, but when you're on the road so much, you lose touch of everything else. Mm-hmm. And it had to be put back into perspective for me. But so because I was a little angry and not understanding what was going on inside, I wouldn't even watch it. If a commercial came on TV, I would change it. I wouldn't even watch channels that our program was on. Yeah. It just upset me. And then I upset everyone around me for the next day or two because it triggered something. Now I'm good. And through that change, when I started doing work with my sister-in-law and going back out there to an industry only that I knew to raise funds and awareness for my sister-in-law, is when I saw all these ailments and injuries of people and how they're existing through them. And but I was able to look at them through different eyes. I now looked at them through someone separated from the industry X amount of years. I was able to look at them through more maybe compassionate eyes because now I'm a mother. And I could see how volatile and how delicate life is. And this is where a lot of my passion comes for Wrestlers Rescue, because I realized maybe I can't contribute in the ring anymore in a positive way, but that doesn't mean I can't contribute in this wonderful business outside of the ring.
Mm-hmm. Let everybody know it's wrestlersrescue.org. That's this Saturday in Piscataway, New Jersey at the Radisson Hotel. And you can go right to the website and find out all the information, how to get your tickets and everything. We do a couple more callers here. Let's see how to get to them real quick. We got a PA on the line.
Yeah.
Hi, PA.
Hello. I have a couple questions for you.
I called him PA because I can't pronounce his name.
Oh, I thought maybe he was from PA. That's why you were calling him PA.
Oh, no. I have a couple questions for you. Okay, what did you think when you heard that Tori Wilson's dad, Al, was going to be using y'all's storyline?
It made it a little uncomfortable, I have to admit. Here's this girl that, I have to work with for, who knows how long. And, I got to make out with her father in front of her. Right. I mean, even if I didn't have to work out with her again, to have to make out with someone's father in front of them, I don't care, what your relationship is afterwards. It puts a strain on it. But it was kind of difficult, sweetheart, I have to admit. But and I'm sure whatever my difficulties were not even in comparison to how difficult it was for Tori to sit there and watch some of those scenes.
Right. Now, I don't know how to word this, but during the marriage, it seemed like Al looked like he got excited. Now, was that really him, or was that something in his like a prosthetic?
No, I think they put something in there.
All right.
Yeah, they put something in there, kind of like for effect.
Right.
I'm sure Al wishes it was, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask if it was him. I mean, would it be? It must have been kind of flattering.
Yeah. But it's so funny because they put something in there, and it, not only was that embarrassing to be around Tori afterwards, but you can imagine, telling my parents, hey, watch me on TV next week. I'm getting married in my bra and panties, and this old man's going to, have a prosthetic in there. Not easy. Sorry. It was almost, it was right up there, probably second to, hey, watch me make out with some girl on TV. Aren't you proud of me?
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for calling in, PA.
Oh, I have another question real quick.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think about the current WWE divas?
I think that it's great that they have so many girls. I mean, the industry churns in cycles. I mean, am I happy with what they're doing with them? It's not my call. It's not, obviously, it's not what I worked my entire life to do. A lot of people say that they take it out on the divas. And all I say is this. It is not the girls' fault that they're being put out there uneducated to the industry, or that they're being hired out of magazines or 8x10s. I mean, for a while I was making a joke. I was like, oh, you mean the 8x10 girls? Because a lot of them, they send in 8x10s and they get hired. Yeah. But that's not a shot at them. See, a lot of people are translating that like, I don't like the new divas because they send in 8x10s. No, not at all. I don't blame them. I blame those who are hiring them. You can't fault someone for taking an opportunity to make a living. These girls are models. You hear my kid in the back.
Yeah.
These girls are models. This is another gig for them. And they're just doing what they do for a living, which is be a model.
Right.
It's the wrestling industry that's wrong when they try to make them into wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. You can usually really tell the difference between a valet who's like grew up in a wrestling fan and someone who's just standing there, not just doesn't know really how to get the crowd into it or add anything to the match. You can usually tell the difference. Just watching it.
And like I said, people get down on these girls, and even when I was there, the guys would give him a hard time, or the girls, and I used to get so much trouble because I would sit there and say, don't give them a hard time. So I don't fault them for getting an opportunity. I fault them for not taking the opportunity and running with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they take that job and don't make the best of it and take the time to know my business, then I have a serious problem with you.
Right.
Don't disrespect what I created, did for my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can take the opportunity and run with it and make a nice life and living with it, my hat off to you. I'll help you with anything I can.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't want to keep Dawn from her kid there, but we got one last caller here, so we'll get to him quick. We get Kix.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thanks, Dawn.
Hi.
Hi. I just have a couple questions to ask, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
My first question was, I've read, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I wanted you to confirm. But I've read, several reports that you've had heat with Francine before. Is that true?
Francine and I have not seen eye to eye since probably about 4 or 5 months into my wrestling career at ECW. But that does not mean that I wouldn't work with her for Wrestlers Rescue. Those are two very separate issues, and if she ever wanted to contribute to our foundation or be a part of it in any way, I would hope that the two of us could be adult enough to look at a greater, bigger cause and, work together in certain aspects if she ever wanted to contribute in any way. Or if, God forbid, she ever needed any help through Wrestlers Rescue, she's more than qualified for the assistance. Yes, I would never use that against her.
Okay. My last question was, how would you compare Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon as a booker and a promoter?
As a promoter or a boss?
As a promoter and booker.
Paul is very hands-on and very micromanages, where, Vince can't, because he has this big, huge, $1-trillion business, million-dollar business. So he has staff. So it is completely two different worlds. As a boss, I enjoyed working for both of them very much. Obviously, I have a long-standing relationship, more personal relationship with Paul, but I give kudos to Vince at any time I get an opportunity, regardless of what our past may have been. I give him the utmost respect, because how many presidents or owners of a company can you knock on their door at a moment's notice and say, "Excuse me, sir, I need to speak to you about something"? Now, I'm not saying he's going to give me an hour. I'm saying, or he'll give me as much time as he may, a John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
But I know if I had a knock on the door and say, "Excuse me, sir, I need to speak to you," and I have done this, he will give me 5, 10, 15 minutes, and if it can't be resolved in those few minutes, he will then say, and he has said to me in the past, "Dawn, call my secretary." He goes, "You live in Jersey, just come up to Connecticut and we'll talk. We'll finish this." And to me, what more can you ask for at that level? There are people that work for companies smaller than what WWE is, and half the employees have never even met the owner and have been there 10, 15, 20 years and retired.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I have nothing bad to say about the family or the company. I really don't. And it's not a political thing, because I'll never be working there again anyway. So it's not like I'm waiting for my phone to ring. It's just the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, Don.
Thank you. Hey, are you guys coming to Wrestlers Rescue?
You going to be going there, Kix?
No, I'm all the way in California here.
We're going to go out to California. We're going to be doing 3 shows a year.
Okay.
We're trying to actually go to California next year.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Where at?
Yeah. We've been talking with some, I can't say, but some very big companies that want to sponsor us to come out to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And it will happen very soon. The next one we're doing is like March, April, and it's going to be in Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anybody like in the Jersey area, the Northeast, guys, come to this one because we may not be back in Jersey for another 5-6 years. This is going on the road. And, you guys are collectors. These super tickets, they're numbered. They come with certificates of authenticity. These are collector's items. Mm-hmm. You can purchase them online. You can have them personalized, not personalized, whichever way you want. But these are collector's items. This is a completely new era in our industry. We're not going away. We know we're going to hit bumps in the road. We know there's going to be some, dirt roads to travel. But whether we're going, on a highway 75 miles an hour or we're going down that bumpy road at 15, we don't care. We're going to get there. It just may take us a little longer. It may take us a little quicker at times. But we're going to get there, guys. And this is all collector's items. And when you start reading, we have a website being put up right now that reads very much like our newspaper. Very cool, easy reading type of thing. And we're going to have real stories and live stories. And we have journalists on staff. So they're going to go out to these different locations and talk to the families of and people. And we're putting the life, the human side of this industry in the face forward. And we're going to raise money. And then together, we're going to get to know their family and their hardship and the difficulties that they had to deal with. And then their happiness afterwards and their better quality of life afterwards, the success stories. And listen, I can come up with all these great ideas of how to do it, but unless everyone comes together, and that meaning the wrestlers and Hollywood and music world come together and come and perform and show up, and the fans buy tickets, we're not going anywhere. It's not worth the paper it's written on. So everybody is equal. We're all equal partnerships in this. Mm-hmm. And like today, I was at the Fuse all day. I don't know if you guys know what the Fuse is. It's like the MTV, but it's a new MTV, VH1. The Fuse is a huge company,
right?
Music channel and stuff. And I had lunch with them, their director, and they donated like drum heads, signed from Rush, a couple other ones. They gave this huge, big from MSG, this big, huge poster that's framed with 30 different autographs of different people that have come through there. They gave me a bass guitar signed by Billy Squier to donate. How huge is that? Mm-hmm. And it's just, I talked to Lance Storm the other day. He's donating 2 pair of trunks. Talked to Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart's going to donate a megaphone and a jacket to be auctioned off.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have an auction house. We're going to have an auction house in Wrestlers Rescue that only items that you can get from us. Things that aren't, you can't get them anywhere else. I was talking to Ted DiBiase, and he said he was going to look for this, and this isn't a definite, but he said he's going to look for it, and if he found it, we can have it. His leather bomber jacket with the original WWF logo on the back, he said he was going to sign it and give it to us, auction off.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Come on. Yeah. SoCal Val took an evening gown off her body from the North Carolina show, the light blue one. She thought it was so cool that we asked her for something. She was so honored. She's like, I'm going to give you this right now. She would take a picture of me in it.
To see that.
She took it off. She went upstairs and took it off. Aww. She took it off, and she signed it. And she's like, don't worry, I'm so honored that you're asking me for this. This is, exciting for me. Please take this right now because I want to make sure you have something. Mm-hmm. How cool is all that?
Yeah, it's excellent. It's good that, everybody would, is trying to help out, and they're honored to just give something that, that belongs to them.
Yeah, we have Bumblefoot from the Guns N' Roses, lead guitarist from Guns N' Roses. We have Scotty Schwartz. We have original members of the Bad News Bears. We have Tracy Bingham from Baywatch. We have 5 Playmates on our card. 5. Mm-hmm. That's insane. 5. Not not from 30 years ago either. I mean, within the 2000s, we have Amanda Page, we have Tamara Sky, we have Ashley Mazzaro, Terry Wilson. It just goes on. It's insane. Mm-hmm. We even have international playmates. Raquel, she's gorgeous. I don't even want to fit in there these girls. I'm going to feel like, oh my goodness, where have the years gone? But So there's 2 sessions to Wrestlers Rescue. We have the convention autograph signing, which we told you, always wonderful ways of contributing. Now, the second way is we have a semi-formal dinner with the stars at night. It's a red carpet event, open top shelf liquor bar, open bar for 4 hours. Banquet dinner, gorgeous banquet dinner. Not spaghetti and meatballs, like steak and chicken franchise and tons of stuff, carving stations. We have a DJ. We have celebrity DJ Tamara Sky, also playmate and showcased on The Girls Next Door with Hugh Hefner. Mm-hmm. Okay? She's going to spin for an hour at our dinner and dance. How cool. We have high-end sports memorabilia guy there that's going to do all the baseball, basketball, football, hockey sticks, hockey pucks, all that stuff. We have auction a date with a diva for the following day for lunch. With a bunch of us being auctioned off. Yeah, hey there, right? What else do we have? Oh, my God. Yeah. And the dinners are only $125. That's it. Yeah. Open bar, banquet dinner, dancing, playmates, celebrities. I mean, it's insane. For $125, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, the dinner cost us $85. Right. It was like kind of making, what, a $35 or whatever, $30, $35, I don't even know the math. I can't even think right now, so it's higher.
$40, right.
But, yeah, it's like $40 donation. Mm-hmm. Okay? But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to do a special right now.
All right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
For $100, you can purchase a dinner ticket to Wrestlers Rescue. Just because we're 3 days out.
Excellent.
3 days out, guys.
Mm-hmm.
$100. I'm going to give you $25 off. If you email wrestlersrescue@AOL.com, wrestlers, plural, with an S, rescue@AOL.com, mention that you heard this on this station today.
And in your head.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
From in your head. Today and tomorrow, and you have till Saturday.
All right.
$100. Not only that, I'm going to tell you something else I'm going to add in there. I will give you a free general admission ticket to the convention, which is worth $15.
Right.
You're getting the dinner at cost. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because it's the last 3 days, and you know what? This is the first one, and I want it to be a huge party.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. And the link will be right up on our website. It's right up on our in our MySpace, and like she said, you can email wrestlersrescue@AOL.com. We'll have that right up on the website, so everybody can, if you don't know how to spell, you can just click on it.
Just click on it. Just go to there. I'm telling you. Contact us. We'll tell you how because we're going to have to do it a very special way. So you have to email us, or even you could call my assistant. Her number's on there. I'll give it to you right now. It's 732-236-1987. That's my assistant's phone number. Her name is Michelle. If you mention in your head, you will get a dinner ticket for $100, including a general admissions ticket.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Okay? Mm-hmm. And not only that, we have 10. I'm going to do this, too. I'm going to only do 10 of them, though. Okay? Because we don't have that many left. And it's for the super ticket. Just because you guys are so cool and I'm having a great time in your questions. Because let me tell you, some interviewers don't know how to ask questions. 10 super tickets only I'm going to do. That's it. If you email us at wrestlersrescue@AOL.com and mention in your head, I will give you a super ticket with the T-shirt. T-shirt alone is $25, $30. Okay?
Right.
For $200.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
Mm-mm.
So, and there's only 10.
Days, so
the first 10, that's it. I can't do any more than 10.
Right.
Because we barely have like 30 left. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm going to do 10. 10. That's it.
So
$200. 38 8x10s. And a T-shirt of the event with a certificate of authenticity in this beautiful folder, just because I'm feeling really giving and I'm so excited about Sunday.
Excellent. And there's a lot of people there. You go to the website, I mean, you got Terry Reynolds, Missy Hyatt, You got Nikolai Volkov, Get the Iron Sheik. I think Mick Foley's up there. Captain Lou Albano, Brutus Beefcake, The Hammer, Greg Valentine, the Genius himself, Lanny Poffo, Nick Mitchell from the Spirit Squad. You got Tom Brady. He might sign something as the Patriot or as Sal Sincere. You never know.
Yes, I said a couple. They said it either way.
Exactly.
And for the dinner, you'll be dancing all night with Tori Wilson and me and Tracy Bingham. And now let me tell you, she's a party all on her own, Tracy Bingham. Her and her sister, they're crazy. I love them to death. You want to talk about fun? I think they're the ones that spell fun. Them two. They're crazy and insane. And I just can't even wait to hang out with them all night because I know it's going to be a blast. Tori, the second she has a few drinks in her, you can't even go her to make fun of her all the time.
Already.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you can't pass this up. I mean, hot chicks and liquor, please. It sounds like a brothel, but it's the truth.
Just make sure Don said liquor, not liquor.
You're funny.
Liquor in the front, liquor in the rear.
Yeah, but listen, guys. September 14th, it's a monumental day. This is a day that's starting a new industry, a new foundation in our industry. It's going to change the lives. That's the most important thing. We get to sit here and joke about the girls and the boobs and the liquor and all this craziness that comes with wrestling, and that's why we have passion in our heart for it, because it's insane. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is we are going to change lives, and we're going to make families enjoy their fathers and their mothers and their uncles and their cousins even more because they're going to be able to contribute and participate in their families' lives for the remainder of their season. And that is truly the most important thing. And we're trying to keep our budget at 30-70%, which is 30% to administration, 70% to cause. That's a bulk. That's huge. Yeah. That's a huge amount of help. But like I said, unless you guys go out there and buy tickets and participate and make this a great event, it ain't worth the paper it's written on.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, it's wrestlersrescue.org. It'll be right on the website. We want to thank you for coming on tonight.
I had a great time. Listen, let's book something else afterwards, and we'll talk about what a great success it is.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay, I had a great time. Thanks for the interview. I had a wonderful time.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Can we just keep you for 1 second before we let you go?
Hey, everybody. You're listening to Sunny, the original diva of the WWE on InYourHeadOnline.com. This is the place to come for the real deal about wrestling, so make sure you visit us.